The news you can count on. Mayport to Ponte Vedra Beach. The Island Times News Update begins right now. Here's Tom Patton.
Welcome to the Island Times News Update. I'm Tom Patton. The Jacksonville Beach City Council Monday night gave initial approval to a planned unit development designation to Beach Marine for the redevelopment of nearly 28 acres of land adjacent to the Intercoastal Waterway. The development proposed by owner Ken Taylor would bring hotel rooms and townhomes to the area, as well as increase the retail and restaurant spaces along the waterfront. The hotel rooms could eventually be converted into condominiums. The marina would stay intact, and the city boat ramp would not be affected by the development. The plan has its detractors, mostly residents who live nearby. Several came before the council Monday night to express concerns about potential noise from the restaurants and bars that would be part of the complex. Resident Brenda Shields said she is already disturbed by the noise from Billy's Boathouse and Nippers, which is now closed, but she said additional bar and restaurant spaces could mean additional noise coming from outdoor seating and outdoor music. The business's electronic sign was also challenged, but the applicant said the city's sign code grandfathers in the tall sign with an electronic changeable message area that's been in operation at that location for 30 years. The council was unanimously in favor of the development. Mayor Charlie Latham said he and City Manager George Forbes have met with Jacksonville Mayor Lenny Curry and Chief Administrative Officer Sam Musa concerning the bridge on 2nd Avenue North, which leads to the city's boat ramp. The roll call vote on first read was unanimous in favor of the planned unit development. The issue will come before the council for a second and final reading and public hearing on May 16th. Among the bills passed by the state legislature this past session, the one dealing with extending the Better Jacksonville Plan sales tax to fund Jacksonville's ailing pension plans may have the largest impact on the beach's communities. That was the assessment Wednesday night from Jacksonville Beach Mayor Charlie Latham at Beaches Watch, which presented a broad discussion of the legislative session. The pension bill that was approved by the legislature and the Jacksonville City Council must still be approved by Jacksonville voters, including the residents of the beach communities. Mayor Latham and Atlantic Beach Mayor Mitch Reeves traveled to Tallahassee with Jacksonville Mayor Lenny Curry to lobby for passage of the bill. At Beaches Watch, Latham urged Beaches residents to vote for the measure, as the alternatives to extending the sales tax are much worse. One would mean a major increase in ad valorem taxes for every homeowner in the county.
Now, even though we live at the beach, each of our beach cities pays a percentage of our ad valorem tax increase to Jacksonville. In Jacksonville Beach, it's 30%. So, they can control that millage rate and they can have an impact on homeowners as an option and make it pretty expensive. During the process of these testimonies, one of the senators asked Mayor Curry, do you know of another city in the United States that's closer to bankruptcy than you are? And he said, no, I don't. So option 3 is bankruptcy. And if we don't take corrective action to do this, you're looking at 3 to 5 years probably the city's going to declare bankruptcy. If they do that, you can expect all your property taxes to double.
Since the pension funds of the beaches cities are in very good shape, particularly when compared to Jacksonville, Latham said the beaches communities are in negotiations with the city of Jacksonville to create a ballot referendum that allows the beaches cities to receive an equitable distribution of those revenues for something other than pensions.
So what we're doing right now is that we're in negotiations with the city and we're working with Neptune Beach and Atlantic Beach to go out there with a couple of different proposals. Mayor Curry has said on 3 occasions he completely has committed to fair and equitable treatment. So we're finding that right in that mix now, Mike, but I'm confident that we'll get there.
The referendum will be on the August ballot. The Neptune Beach City Council held a workshop following their regular meeting Monday night to give residents an opportunity to comment on whether they favored trash pickup 1 or 2 days per week as they consider a new trash hauling contract for the city. The city is considering bids from Waste Pro and Advanced Disposal. Each would provide specific waste carts for use by residents, and each company was asked to provide bids for services that included 1 day per week or 2 days per week trash collection. But there was no consensus among those who addressed the council as to whether 1 or 2 days per week was best for the city. Some who have small families and recycle actively said that they generally did not need the second day of trash pickup, while those who live east of 3rd Street, where lots are small, said the larger containers would not fit on their streets and they had no place to store them. Others said the additional day of trash collection prevented trash from piling up at their homes. A suggestion was made that the city should collect some people's trash 1 day per week and others 2 days per week based on need. The carts that are proposed by the two companies are 64 and 96 gallons, which City Attorney Patrick Krachowski said would require a change in the local ordinance that limits the size of trash cans to 60 gallons. Councilman Scott Wiley said, jokingly, that the size of the cans might create another issue.
If in a multi-unit building, if everybody had one of these, one of those, Amanda and the Community Development Board is going to be tied up with giving lot cover variances. These are not pervious and rarely run into a problem. So,
Mayor Harriet Pruitt said that the lids on the carts might help with a persistent problem of raccoons and other animals getting into trash bins, which she said has been the source of many complaints she's fielded over the years. But she added there's nothing that they can do that will please everyone.
But I do know one thing, that no matter what we do up here on the council regarding trash, we're not going to win. It's going to be a difficult decision. So we're going to have to take everything into consideration, and also I think we also need to also consider the different neighborhoods and come to consensus on what we want to do.
The city is still mulling the two bids and will likely vote to let a contract in June. The current contract with Waste Pro expires in July. On a related note, City Attorney Patrick Krachowski said that Neptune Beach and the city of Jacksonville are close to a final agreement on tipping fees, and there may be a resolution presented to the council next month. The city of Atlantic Beach will hold a hearing on an appeal of the city's approval of a Gate gas station on Atlantic Boulevard. The hearing will be held at the Commission Chambers on Thursday, May 12th, beginning at 10 a.m. The hearing is scheduled to last all day. It will begin with a presentation by the city, followed by a presentation by Gate Petroleum. The afternoon session will include presentations and cross-examination by attorneys Jeffrey Sneed, who's representing Beach Diner owner Barry Adib, and Sneed's law partner Paul Aiken, who's filed a separate appeal. The hearing will also include a presentation from Jane West, who will represent local residents at the hearing. Public comments are not planned until 7:30 p.m., and given the public interest and previous participation in this dispute, the comments could last well into the night. The city can, at its discretion, continue the meeting on Friday if it is deemed to be necessary. At issue is whether the city staff acted properly when it approved the development after Gate bought the property, which is currently a shopping strip center, for $1.6 million over a year ago. If the gas station and convenience store are built according to the current plan, Beach Diner would be limited to 19 parking spaces, which Adib says would force him to close the popular restaurant after nearly 20 years of operation. Local residents have raised concerns about noise and traffic from the proposed 24-hour gas station. Well, when we come back, Atlantic Beach looks at a safe route to school. This is the Island Times News Update.
The news you can count on. The Island Times News Update will be right back.
Beaches Academy Child Care Center in Jacksonville Beach has been offering affordable, loving child care to families in the Beaches communities for 35 years. Conveniently located on Penman Road, Beaches Academy offers care for children from infants through preschool, with programs that encourage learning and outdoor play. Our affordable tuition means families can get quality child care at a price that fits their budget. Contact Beaches Academy at 246-3885 and schedule a tour of our center. Beaches Academy, the child always comes first. Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning in Atlantic Beach offers a full range of residential and commercial heating and air conditioning services, from new installation to replacement and remodeling. Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning can keep your home comfortable year-round, and they offer preventive maintenance contracts to keep your system running at peak efficiency. Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning is an authorized Bryant dealer and will service all brands. For year-round comfort in your home or business, contact the original Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning at 241-1788.
Welcome back to the Island Times News Update. I'm Tom Patton. The City of Atlantic Beach will hold a town hall meeting Saturday to gather community input on a proposed walking path that will be used by students attending Atlantic Beach Elementary School, among others. The meeting will allow the public to comment on the conceptual design so that modifications desired by residents can be included in a more detailed final design. A new concrete sidewalk is planned along the east side of Sherry Drive and Seminole Road from Ahern Street to 17th Street. This route was selected to use the city's major collector higher traffic roads with wider rights-of-way and to provide a single crossing at Atlantic Beach Elementary School under supervision of the crossing guard. An alternate design using the existing 8-foot multi-purpose path from Plaza Drive to Selva Marina Drive will also be presented. Design and construction of the sidewalk is being funded by a 100% grant through the Florida Department of Transportation and managed through a local agency project agreement by Jacksonville's Transportation Authority. The sidewalk improvement is intended to increase pedestrian safety, especially for children attending Atlantic Beach Elementary School, and increase the number of children who are able to ride their bicycles to school, thus reducing traffic congestion around the school. Jacksonville Beach is considering changes to its ordinances governing restaurants that remove tables and essentially become bars after midnight. The so-called restaurants in name only, or RINOs, were addressed as part of a Jacksonville Beach downtown action plan. They've been an ongoing concern for local law enforcement and city officials. Several restaurants in the Central Business District engage in the practice, and the changes under consideration would prevent them from doing so. The proposals would prohibit restaurants from moving tables and chairs from a dining area to essentially become a nightclub. They would also require a restaurant to keep a full kitchen open with the capacity to serve 150 full meals to diners during all hours of operation. Restaurants would be required to keep the kitchen open until 30 minutes before closing time and keep all tables and chairs in place corresponding to a diagram submitted during the permitting process. Restaurants would also be required to get 51% of their income from food sales. The city is also looking at possible changes to outdoor sound rules that would allow outdoor music at certain grandfathered establishments in the Central Business District, as well as hotels in the CDB and at Beach Marine under strict noise level limits. A project to resurface Seminole Road will get underway May 9th. The project will include milling the entire mainline road surface, plus an average of 25 feet on most city side street turnouts, followed by paving with new asphalt and adjustment of manholes and valve boxes. Traffic in both directions will be maintained with flagmen controlling alternating travel. Access to driveways directly on Seminole Road will be impacted periodically, but full access will be restored at the end of each workday. The work is expected to take about 3 weeks, with the bulk of the milling completed the first week and paving to be done the second week. And as I'm sure you know, the Players' Championship is next weekend, and the Players has changed its parking plan. There will be no on-site parking sales according to the Players' website. All vehicles entering the parking lot require a paid parking pass or an HOV free parking voucher, only available online. If tournament guests arrive without a parking pass, they will not be permitted to enter the parking lot. Parking passes are not being sold at Publix this year. Shuttles are available from downtown area hotels to TPC Sawgrass for the Players Wednesday through Sunday of tournament week.
The news you can count on. Mayport to Ponte Vedra Beach, forecasting your beaches. This is your local look weather.
Well, the National Weather Service says we can expect very nice weather for the weekend, with highs in the 70s and lows in the 60s for Saturday and Mother's Day, then warming up by the beginning of next week, but highs will stay in the low to mid 80s with a slight chance of thunderstorms on Tuesday and Wednesday. The Island Times is always digital, always free at www.theislandtimes.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter to be the first to know about stories posted on the Island Times. I'm Tom Patton. Thanks for watching.